How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Boneyard video in which I've picked up a budget broken Airsoft replica in the hope that I can maybe fix it up and use it in a game and then possibly sell it to some sucker. No, not really. I'm going to make sure it's working before I sell it, honestly. So what have I got? Well, the hat is a little bit of a clue as to what I've got. I've had loads of people in the past saying, "Can man, get an AK. Can man, get an AK." Well, I picked up an AK. Look at this. I don't know what it is. I don't know anything about AKs. I think it's, is it a AKM or something? You get AK purists will tell me what it is in the comments, I'm sure. It's been about 10 years or so since I last worked on an AK, so this is going to be fun. Or maybe not. Probably not. This particular one has got lots of little bits added to it. And the guy told me that it should work. He thinks it works. He doesn't know if it works, but it should do. But the main problem was the end is broken. So can we see that? And the inner barrel is sticking out and just looks like it's been abused. Look at the state of that. So we might need an inner barrel. We're definitely going to need a front sight post, if I can find one. We'll see what else I need for it before we can get it running and get it into a game. It's got a folding stock, which seems to work okay. I've got a folding front grip as well. It's got a red dot sight on top there, which doesn't seem to be working. And we've got some kind of nice flashlight on there as well. Looks like a pistol flashlight. It doesn't seem to be working either. So we're going to try and get it all running and see what we can do with it. If I can get this red dot working, I think I'm going to keep this. What else did it come with then? It came with a sling. It also came with some weird batteries. I don't know why it came with these because they don't fit. These are nickel metal hydride, really old-fashioned type batteries now. Not many people use these things now, but yeah, it came with those. It came with this one, which I think fits. That's another nickel metal hydride battery. It came with a plastic high cap and two plastic mid caps, I think they are. Also, something else I've noticed is I think it's had a really bad black paint job on some parts of it. The body, the receiver and the upper are all original colours, I think, but the stock and the front handguards look like they've been sprayed by a 3-year-old, so I'm going to have to probably strip them down and give them a decent coat of paint as well. Okay then, let's go, shall we? Let's get into this. So the question you're probably asking is, how much did I pay for all this then? Well, £60. £60 for this. I think I might be able to make a little bit of money on this if I get it all tarted up and working properly as it should be. So let us commence. Let's put these out of the way. Let's see if it actually fires, if these batteries have got any charge in them at all. Like I say, it's been over 10 years, I think, since I've worked on an AK AEG or an AK of any description. No, I don't know whether this has got any BBs in it, so before I do anything, I'm going to point it at the floor. No, there's a little bit of something there, but nothing. I think the battery must be dead. So I think while I'm stripping this down, I might stick it on the charger. Let's try another one of these. No. Nothing. I'm back then with the charger, and I've got this long stick battery that came with it. I'm going to stick this one on charge, and I've also got another battery just to try and see if it fires with. It's a 1600 milliampere hours battery. It was pretty much dead because it wouldn't cycle the rifle. Let's see how much charge we can get inside it. I'm going to put that to one side then, put that out of the way while I'm stripping this thing down. Right, okay, let's get the sling off. I want to get this stripped down so I can take a closer look at it all. I just grabbed this battery out of my box, and I think this one's got some charge in it. This is a lithium ferrite battery, 9.9 volt. Let's give this one a try, see if it can cycle it. Yes, we're good, and that sounds okay. If that gearbox is okay, sounds all right. Doesn't sound great because it's an AEG. It seems to be working okay. And that means I'm not going to have to strip it down, which is bloody lovely. Because I hate bloody AEG gearboxes. Let's whip off this torch then. How does this come off of here then? Oh. Hopefully I can get that to work. Hopefully it just needs a battery in there. Now, same with this T1 red dot. I just hope I can get it working by replacing the battery. That's a nice little red dot sight on there. Yeah, I'll be keeping that if it's working. You can see then some of the red coming through just here along the edges where they've done a pretty bad job of spraying it. So we're going to take them off and give them a rub down and a bit of a respray. I think it's just the front handguard. And I think the stock, yeah, the stock as well. Look, you can see the red. I was a little bit worried there. I thought the body was red, but I think that's just a little bit of paint overspray. So if I remember rightly, to get these front handguards off, it's just as simple as that. There we go, check them bits out. What a lovely paint job. Let's take a look at this front sight post then. Look at that poor inner barrel. Look at that, look how wobbly that is. It looks like it's been played with for quite some time without that 14mm counterclockwise thread over the top of it protecting it. Now, I don't know if you can hear that whistling noise. There's a whistling noise coming from my charger charging that battery up. It does sound like it's going to explode in a little while. So if I do die in this video, it will be my last, so goodbye. Hopefully it's not too loud. Not me dying, the charger. All right, okay, we're going to get this top. A lot of these screws are fairly loose. It's baffled me a little bit how some of them haven't fallen out how loose they are. Fingers crossed this should just pull to pieces now, I think. There we go. There we have our inner barrel. Oh, look at that poor thing. Look at that. What the hell has happened to this? I don't know if I've got a spare inner barrel that long for an AEG. Possibly up there, maybe. I'm going to have a look to see if I've got a spare inner barrel for this. I don't think I'm going to have, so it might just be the case that I'm going to have to really do my best to spruce this one up. Maybe get some brass polish on it. Give that a bit of a clean up. Oh, look at the bucking on there as well. The bucking is screwed. New bucking required. What the hell are they doing to it? Unfortunately, I don't have another AEG barrel that is this length, so I'm going to have to make do and see if I can polish this up. I've got some Myrrh car polish. Hopefully this is going to do the trick. I'm back after some serious cleaning and polishing. Look at the state of the inner barrel. That is all from the inner barrel. That is just minging. So I've given it a good polish. It's not massively brilliant, but it's a lot better than what it was. Definitely a lot better than what it was. Just need to find up another bucking now for it, and going to put it all back together again. I've had a look from a bucking box, and there's no way it's going to get one of my maple leaves or one of my G&G greens in there. So I think this might even be a like for like. It might even be an old Cyma bucking. It's fairly softish. Ah, that's what it's going to get. I'm really not entirely sure what this hop unit had all over it. Some kind of hardened red goop. That's the hop unit and the barrel all cleaned and a new bucking in there. Hopefully that should massively improve the performance. The battery is now fully charged and it's a 1600 milliampere hour battery and we've got 1300 milliampere hours inside it. So not ideal, but it's fully charged apparently. While the hop unit and barrel is out, I'm going to try and take off this front sight post now. I did manage to find another front sight post, a Cyma one. I'm pretty sure this is the right one. Fingers crossed. It had to come all the way from Hong Kong, so I had to wait about 10 days for it to arrive. Yeah, it's here now, so let's get this on. It fits. Let's put the screw in. Doesn't come with a screw. Luckily, I still have the screw for this one. There we go, it did fit nicely, it is on, and there's one thing though, it's grey, not black, but never mind, it fits, that's the main thing, and it has the thread underneath, the thread protector, that should come off, there we go. 14mm counterclockwise thread underneath there, yeah, lovely job. Excellent, right, let's get this reassembled again. Right then, let's get this thing on the chrono and see what it can do. So I put a few shots through it and we're sitting around about 0.9 joules, which is about 310 FPS with a 0.2 gram BB. A little bit underpowered, but perfectly adequate for the UK if you're playing in the UK with it. Definitely competitive at that power. Let's take a look at these attachments then, see if we can get these two working. So we've got the T1, we've got the flashlight. Let's have a look at the flashlight first. No, it was the right battery, it just had been messed about with and something was round the wrong way. Now it's good, so on, off, and then when you go on again it goes into stride mode. No it doesn't. Oh it does now. So look at this T1 red dot then, the battery goes in here. I'm hoping that it's just going to be the case of putting a new battery in. I haven't got to rewire or rejig anything on this. There we go, there's our CR 2032 there. Stick another one in. Right, let's see now. Oh, it's on. It's already on. So red and green. Well, that's bloody brilliant news. Got myself a nice little new T1. Next step then is to paint these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strip the paint, some of the paint anyway that I can get off of this, and give it a nice recoat of some matte black, a matte black finish rather than, this is like a satin finish sort of thing. What I'm going to use then is this Nitro Moors paint stripper to start with, to strip some of the old paint off. Now this stuff is dodgy stuff. You do not want to get this in your eyes. It's like a bloody acid. So latex gloves, eye protection definitely. Just going to pour a bit in there. Whoa, that stuff's looking like it's been eating the can. How's it going? By the power of editing, for you it's just been a split second, but for me it's been a couple of weeks since I painted the bits and pieces. I'm now going to put the AK back together now. I'm quite happy with how they turned out. I used some matte camouflage, they call it camouflage paint, but it's very matte spray paint from Halfords. Halfords is like an automotive store in the UK, and the paint was like $7.99 for the tin. For the matte black, yeah, so I'm quite happy. Nice matte black finish. Got rid of all those remnants of red on there. The paint should last and be fairly hardy on there now because the paint has had such a nice time to harden on there. Right, let's put it all back together then. And there we go, we have one freshly painted, ready to go AK, looking fresh. AK something, not sure what. Next step, let's get it into a game and see how it goes.
Hi, Capper. I'm going to expose you today.
We're not hunting foxes, man.
Yeah.
If I put some cover fire on that window, then does anyone want to push up there? Don't all volunteer at once. I'm going to head to that bunker, yeah? Robin, where are you?
The first bunker behind you.
Right. I want to get to that yellow hut.
Behind that crate up there.
What crate?
The crate right in front of me.
How far?
There.
Yeah, how far?
That there.
Right, I want to get to that green thing.
I don't know if you're
Well done, mate. It's kind of like going back to when I first started. AG, high cap, t-shirt, DPMs. It's great fun. Great fun. Mate, we've got incoming this way. He's coming around to the right. He's moving from the left. Unfortunately, it is a semi-only game. I'm all done playing now, and what a fun morning I have had. I've just done the morning here today at Combat Action Games, one of my local fields, and I've had so much fun. It's just been totally back to basics, you know, with a high cap, AG, running with DPMs that don't fit me properly, a t-shirt, and it's just been so much fun. I have had a great time with some pretty fun kills, actually, some really good kills. Power and range wise, I suppose I was maybe hitting, I don't know, 50 meters, I suppose, so it's not going to win any prizes for its long range abilities at all. yeah, I guess it could benefit a little bit from maybe a slightly stronger spring for another 10 or 15 FPS. Is it really worth it? It's been weird having a high cap and having to finger blast that to load the mags in. I took these 2 mid caps out as well, but I never even touched the 2 mid caps. I was always running the high cap there. Did the rattling bother me too much? Not really at all. I wouldn't want to run high caps all the time, but it didn't really bother me, that rattling. Looks like my paint job has held out nicely as well. There's no chips or scratches or dents or anything on it at all. I've really had a good morning, and I've got the cuts and the welts on my arm to prove it as well. I've probably been shot more today than I do probably in several games of Airsoft at once, because I've just been pushing as hard as I can, pushing forward all the time. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why I've had such a fun time this morning. So the big question is, how much am I going to ask for it? I think I need to start the price off at about £100. Do you think £100? It's got to be worth £100. I'm going to advertise it in a couple of places for 100, and we'll see if we get any takers on that. I'm going to chuck in as well the sling, the foregrip, the folding foregrip thing. The torch, the flashlight is on eBay at the moment for sale. That might go up to a tenner, I don't know that. I was running it on LiPos today, a 7.4 volt LiPo, and it ran really well. Actually, the trigger response isn't amazing on it. The auto isn't nothing to write home about, but it just done its job. But I'm going to include the nickel metal hydride battery with it, not the lithium polymer battery. So the next step is then, let's go and get this listed and see what we can get for it.
We are fast forwarded a little way here from the last clip you just saw, maybe 3 weeks in the future from the last clip, and I have finally sold the AK. It took a while. I listed it on a few places. I listed it on a website called Used Airsoft, and also in a few WhatsApp groups as well. And it was the WhatsApp groups where I finally managed to sell it. It took its time though. I had a few inquiries and a few people asking me if I would save it for them until they got paid. Well, I'm not prepared to do that in case I miss out on a sale in between. But I thought, do you know what? I'm going to wait a little while and I'm going to really hit the listings on the last day of the month. And it was the last day of the month when I managed to actually sell it. You get the usual, is this for sale? You say yes, and they never answer you back. You also get the odd funny one now and again, and this was one of the funny ones that I did receive. And then I just had this one guy who was just like straight to the point, and he bought it. Excellent. And he paid bank transfer with no messing about. So overall, how much did the AK make? The flashlight sold for $8.43 and the postage and packaging was $3.45 with a grand total of $4.98. The 2 nickel metal hydride batteries sold for $11.99 and the postage and packaging was $3.45, leaving a grand total of $8.54. The AK package was $60, the replacement sight post was $15, the paint cost $7.99, the AK with a couple of accessories sold for $95, and the postage and packaging on that was $10.15. So the AK made $84.85, the flashlight $4.98, the batteries $8.54, a grand total of $98.37 with costs of $82.99, leaving a grand total profit of $15.38. This time, profits from this Boneyard builder going to Battersea Dog and Cat Home.
Well, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.